Howdy, my friends. How goes it? Coming at you from the bus. I'm had a couple of things I wanted to talk about this morning in videos, so I'm going to go ahead and make this one first because it's a little simpler than the other one. I used to just throw all my thoughts into one video. I'm really going to try to kind of consolidate them into different ideas, and for the sake of the viewer too, because I know that I do ramble on, and some people like the longer videos. I like some longer videos too, but when it comes to a particular subject, I might wander off, but which I already am. It's just who I am. But I wanted to talk about feeling good, or feeling normal, or let's just say not being in pain. I woke up this morning and I got up and I was sitting on the couch, and I don't remember watching something or listening to music, and this thought occurred to me that I have at least once a day, maybe once every couple days, which is, this is awesome not to be in pain. And unless you've ever had chronic physical pain which lasted a long period of time, it's easy to forget. Even when you've had pain for a long time and then not had it for a while, it's easy to forget. Now, I've had a variety of different physical and mental and emotional pain like everyone else in life. But about 5 or 6 years ago, actually now it's been probably 8 years ago, I started getting pain in my lower back, which turned into excruciating pain down through my leg. I realized after a period of time that it was sciatic pain that was caused by the compression of my L4 and L5 vertebrae wearing down the cartilage between them and causing sorry, I got distracted by the air compressor turned on out there. It was the L4 and L5 wearing down and compressing my sciatic nerve. Now, you have nerves that come out between all your different, the spinal column all the way down. But this particular area is the one that a lot of sufferers know, of lower back pain understand. Now, sciatic pain is different than other back pain. It's not just a dull ache. It's like a shooting pain that goes all the way down to your big toe. It goes down the back of my leg, my butt, all the way down the front of my shin. And I was a carpenter for years. Now, when I'd go to work, I'd have to it'd take me like 5 full minutes to stand up straight after I got out of my car. And I would purposely leave earlier to work so I didn't have to sit in traffic. Not for the sake of traffic itself, and that's probably why I hate traffic so much. The one thing I dislike more than anything in this world is traveling in the city in traffic. It's just a nightmare for me. I hate it. And it's because I suffered probably so long with that pain to where I wouldn't even be able to sit in my car sometimes. I'd have to turn around and come home or stay at work for a while until I could function, and it was a nightmare. And I just took it for granted that that's just how it was, because I had to make money. And I was of that mindset that you have to feed your family, you got to be able to make some income. I just started my own company, and I was like, what do I do? Just quit my career, my business? Well, that's what I ended up doing about 4 years ago. At that point, I had a license, but I was working for someone else, and I was done. Walked off the job. That pain, for a period, some days it felt like I just was going to die. It was just like the worst feeling ever. Now, that is above and beyond the fact that I never had insurance or dental, so I've had points in my life where I let a toothache get too bad, and this has happened to me at least 3 or 4 times, to where a toothache was so bad that it was just the most excruciating pain. So I've learned to cope with pain, is the point. But that doesn't mean we have to tolerate it, that we have to like it. And it doesn't mean that we have to put ourselves through it. The old idea that no pain, no gain, hey, there is a certain amount of pain involved in life and living. But it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be a suffering issue. And sometimes it does. But what I'm getting at, and the message I'm trying to get across is, if you've experienced that type of pain, you know that the days when you're feeling good are days that you should be grateful for. But it's easy for us to kind of fall into a rut of saying, well, I'm bored. Not bored, but see, I haven't really been bored in a long time. I may be trying to decide which thing to do, but being bored just means you're not looking hard enough. But those days when everything's just normal, when things are just, it's just another day, you know, it's easy for those to kind of run together. It's still of my belief that life is about experiences and about having, I'd like to add to that, that life is about, I should say my life, or what I think that, you know, the good life is having as many great experiences as possible. But a key factor of that is who you have them with. So having them with family and friends is really important. And I think that if we're not having experiences and we're not doing anything novel, then we kind of fall back into these habits and these behaviors of wake up, drink coffee, do this, do that, go to work, come home. It's so easy to get stuck in the rut or the routine. And so when we break away from that for a while, we realize, oh, you know, I have more to be grateful for than I realize. That I am healthy and functional right now. I'm able to digest my food, and I don't have half of my colon torn out from some, you know, rectal cancer or something, which, yeah, the whole point being that everybody, anything I would name, anything I could possibly name, somebody out there has had. You know, I watched a lot of my own family members suffer, and I don't want to be a person that suffers. Like the reason I quit smoking, I don't want to suffer from smoking-related illnesses, even though now it's easy to just say, oh, well, I feel fine, I feel fine. You look back in retrospect and say, God damn it, I could have prevented this. You know, maybe, maybe not. With toothaches, definitely. Just go in and get it taken care of ahead of time. There's a lot of preventative maintenance in life that it's easy for us to overlook. I know a lot of people are very organized and they get all these things done, everything done, they're schedule people. I'm not. I just never have been. I never trained my mind to just get everything done. So I'm not a get or done kind of guy. I'm a work my ass off on the things that I do and enjoy, or whatever I'm really involved in. I put my all into it, but I don't do the paperwork, so to speak. So when I talk about physical pain and saying that we should be grateful for not having physical pain, I'd also like to add before I go that we need to do the same thing with mental pain and anguish and loss. If you haven't lost anyone in your life, you know, be grateful, but be ready, because everybody loses someone. You know, I haven't really lost very many people that I knew that well, except my father, who died when I was 15 from cancer, and that for me was enough. For a boy to lose his dad as a teenager, I mean, you could have lost every friend and it would be nothing like that. It totally changed my life, but it made me understand that life is fleeting and that we have to really get over the small stuff and not fight amongst ourselves. You know, it's hard not to. We're human. We're going to make mistakes and we're going to get emotional. We're emotional beings, and without that we wouldn't have much. But just remember that people are people, and most people mean well. And most people are hurting inside. Most people do have pain, and pain can make you really frustrated. If you have mental pain, it can make you really angry at the world. If you have physical pain, it can also. And neither one of them can be seen unless you're limping or whatnot. You know, I've walked around sometimes with, like, for example, the toothache. You know, when I've had a toothache and had to go do something or go to work, you know, somebody notices you're miserable. They're like, oh, what's wrong? You know, because you look like you feel like you're in pain, because you are, but you can't really see that physical pain. And so when we realize that we're all in pain together, then we can all cherish and embrace and celebrate the times when we're not in pain together. So that's all I got. I'll talk to y'all later, and hope y'all will have a wonderful day. Be grateful for what you got, because it doesn't mean you can't go for more, but enjoy what you've got.